The best thing for LeBron James and the Lakers' championship hopes would be for Giannis to win another NBA MVP. It would be back-to-back MVPs for Giannis, and LeBron James would quietly be angry. He'd go, okay, he's the MVP in the East. You know, where when I was in the East, everyone said it was easy, the easy East. Okay, I see your double standard. I see it. But guess what? Me, LeBron James, I'm going to show you who the real MVP is. And the nature of this year's NBA season, the nature of it being in a bubble in Orlando, no crowd in the stands, it actually works to LeBron James' advantage. It's in Orlando, no fans in attendance. And many people say that, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers are the favorite to win the championship. Love Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi Leonard's awesome. My favorite thing about Kawhi is that he really doesn't care, like truly, genuinely. People say they don't, they do. No, Kawhi Leonard really doesn't care what anybody thinks. Kawhi Leonard does his own thing. He just wants to play basketball, do well, and win. He's got this mentality that nobody really seems to value. He just is a different dude who doesn't care about what you think. He cares about winning. There's that mentality where he wants to win, that's it. But weirdly enough, and you would think the opposite, but weirdly enough, I think that having fans in the stands actually would have helped Kawhi Leonard, even though he doesn't care that they're there. Because to LeBron James, imagine the Western Conference. We're in the Staples Center, Lakers, Clippers, 20,000 people. LA's divided. The stadium is just massive. The arena is crazy and awesome. First of all, I'm sad we're going to miss out on that moment, but I think the way it's going to work out this year we're going to probably get Lakers, Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, I hope. And there may not be a crowd in attendance. It may not be the Battle of LA it would have been. But it's going to be way more memorable because of the coronavirus and the setting, the pandemic. And in an arena full of people, 20,000 fans, max capacity, LeBron James would play to the crowd. LeBron James would care what the crowd thinks. He'd be around it. He would care. He'd play to them. And Kawhi doesn't. Kawhi would just ignore the crowd. It's not a big deal to him. And you would think, okay, because they're playing in an empty gym, LeBron likes the crowd, feeds off of him. Kawhi doesn't care either way. You would think that would actually help Kawhi in the situation, playing literally in a gym. But I think quietly having to go against LeBron James, who's basking in the spotlight of the crowd, I think that would have been incredibly motivating for Kawhi. He would have been quietly more focused. And I actually think having a crowd would have helped Kawhi in a matchup against LeBron James. The crowd would become white noise. The crowd becomes white noise, background noise. He's focused, he's angry, and he sees LeBron James doing his thing, showboating, saying hello to the crowd. He's like, I'm going to kill this guy. I am going to beat the Lakers and send them home crying. So in 2020 this year, though, these NBA playoffs are in a quiet gym. There's no fans. It's mano a mano. It's like a fight in an alleyway. It's just you versus me. It's kind of like the NBA Dream Team practices when you watch the ESPN documentary from years ago. You're like, wow, it was just dudes scrimmaging in a gym. It's very similar. And in that setting, even though there's no crowd, I think the advantage goes to LeBron. Here's the other thing. Not only is LeBron eager to prove himself, and I think in a one-on-one setting, who wins? Like that intimate, quiet, who's got more dog? I think it's LeBron. But LeBron does very much care about his legacy. And this year, 2020, the 2020 NBA playoffs are the biggest stage ever. Ever. Everybody's stuck at home. Everybody's miserable. Coronavirus is going on. We're stuck at home. It's an election season. The news is terrible. I hate looking at it. Everybody needs something good to watch and something to root for. We are desperate in America, looking for a reason to be happy and excited and smile and have fun. Everybody's going to watch the NBA Finals. The world is watching. And everybody's going to talk about this year's NBA Finals for years to come. It's a massive setting. The stage is set. And on the biggest stage with the most eyeballs ever. Are you not going to bet on LeBron James? Are you not going to pick LeBron? It seems like a mistake, a bad, like a fool's errand, a fool's bet, silliness. If you're not going to bet on LeBron in that situation, I don't know what you're doing. Especially if LeBron James doesn't win MVP, he's got everything to prove. A big stage, they picked Giannis instead of me. They said he's the most valuable player. Okay, I'll show you with everybody watching. That is why LeBron James and the Lakers are my favorite to win the NBA championship this year. The lesson I've learned in sports. Look at LeBron James' age. He gets older and he keeps improving and keeps staying relevant. The two people I will never, ever bet against in sports, Tom Brady and LeBron James. Every single time you think they're done, they exceed your expectations. And until they're really done and it's very clear, I'm not going to pull the cord too early. Until LeBron gives me a reason not to, I'm going to bet on LeBron every single time. Him and the Lakers are absolutely my favorite to win the NBA Finals.